You know what's funny about that promo, and then also another promo that he does is like when he tosses the cup, I always expect to hear like a crash sound, but it's plastic.
It's like plastic, and I think there's probably like a rug or something there
Mm-hmm.
because it made such like a muted sound. Like it had
Yep.
to land on some kind of carpet or like a rubber mat or something.
Yeah, I wonder if they put like a I don't know, like a wrestling mat or whatever, a mat that like people lay down on and be like, yeah, you're just gonna toss the cup there, Macho. Ooh, yeah, okay, that's
They
cool.
probably, they probably put something like that there because people got to stand there for like hours talking.
Mm-hmm. But the other one I really like, and I think it's still within the Ricky Steamboat feud that he had, is when he goes, he's doing he's like 180, yeah, and then like Mean Gene's like another 180, and he does it again.
360. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. But anyway, guys, we're back here on a Monday night, which is funny because we do the Monday Night Wars with
Yeah.
the with WCW and WWF Raw, but we're doing a pay per view. And it is WWF In Your House 6. Five, I think was we give it a good score? I don't remember. I gotta go look through my notes.
I'm checking mine, and it looks like we gave five. I gave five a 6.9 out of 10. I don't know what you gave it.
Okay. Oh yeah, we were pretty close. I think I gave it a 5.7 right there. Yep, a 5.7. Um, but In Your House 6. Uh, keep in mind we didn't have WWF last week because of the weird scheduling. It was just the WCW paper, or was it the ECW pay per view, and then it was WCW. And now,
It was Super Brawl and then Nitro.
yeah, and I totally forgot about the feuds, which is so unreal because we do bi-weekly and sometimes life stuff gets in the way. Totally forgot about the whole crybaby match. And then you make fun of Duke, the pedophile drowsy, Josie, whatever,
Yeah.
and the whole Yokozuna turning face thing that's happening. Um, but here we go. We're in Louisville, Kentucky, and I actually have the numbers here. Drawing about 5,500 and a .75 buy rate. Uh,
It's pretty good actually. And then like the Louisville Gardens, the capacity is 6,000,
yeah,
so
so
they almost
miss,
sold out.
yeah, missing it by 500 tickets, but that's still pretty good. The hosts are Vince McMahon, or the commentators are Vinnie Mac and Jerry Lawler. Uh, and obviously they still have their cool set that NXT now owns. Essentially, that's their pay per view. At times, is In Your House. So,
They just put it in storage.
yep. Right off the bat, we go into the first matches, which is 1-2-3 Kid with Ted DiBiase and versus Reza Ramon.
And
No.
the loser has to wear a diaper and get a bottle, a giant bottle.
Mm. I'll let you take away the play by play.
All right, well, let's see. It starts off pretty fast. Like Razor's throwing like a bunch of punches, and he's like clotheslining Kid out into the floor. And then like sometimes when those guys wrestle, they do that. They start everything like super fast,
Mm-hmm.
and then just get right into the action. That's pretty much how this starts. Like, and then Kid springboards back in the ring, and he hits Razor with like a clothesline. And he's like doing like he's doing like his martial arts crap, he does to get heat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's like I say that jokingly, but he does do some pretty cool kicks and stuff. But then like he'll go and do like a pose. He does like this goofy martial arts thing.
Yeah, he goes and
He
he
used
does
to
like.
not he used to not do that when he was a babyface. Now he's doing it as a heel.
Mm-hmm. There are times he like makes it less obvious. He goes like, when he's a face, but like when he's a heel, he's like, ugh, like he's a kung fu master in some way.
Yeah, Then Razor, he comes back a little bit. He hits the SOS slam Meng. And, like, he almost takes like a Razor's edge, but Kid quickly like slides out over to the apron.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's like standing there, and like Razor knocks him to the floor. And like when he's out there, like Ted's getting some baby powder in his hand or something, and he's like he throws it in Razor's face. So it gives Kid a chance to get the advantage back. And he hit like a leg lariat, does some of those quick leg drops,
Mm-hmm.
and he does a frog splash from the top rope. He gets like two. This is rolling into the finish. There's not much after this. Kid gets Razor a sleeper hold for a while. He almost puts Razor out. I thought it was funny though because when the kid's showing the camera, it's like showing Razor's face, like he's getting tired. There's a part where he starts smiling for some reason. I don't know why. Like what the fuck? But Razor gets out of it because he splits Kid's nutsack in twain because he throws him onto the top rope nuts first. And then we get like a double count for a bit, but Kid is able to crawl over Razor and cover him. He almost gets three. And they go back and forth a little bit. Razor gets control. He does another SOS from the second rope. And then Ted gives Kid more powder. Like he's like crawls over to the edge of the ring and he's like, here, put this, use it. Puts it in his hand. And then Razor kicks his hand and it causes him to throw it in his own face.
I like that. It's so cool.
Yeah, so there's like a big poof, like cloud. And then like Razor hits the Razor's edge and then he covers it. He goes to cover him, he stops, and then he hits him with one more.
So I didn't know the result to this before I watched it. And when he did that the first time, in my mind, I'm like, oh, is he gonna lose? And this is where his exit usually comes. But I figured out he has to face Goldust eventually for the IC title. Maybe, I don't know. But like I thought like he was gonna lose because he did that where he lift up the head. I'm like, even the commentator like, what are you doing? you had him win. But
Nope.
I this is what I love about Scott Hall. He loves to work with everybody, and he's kind of protecting 1-2-3 Kid in a way, right? He's giving him 2 Razor Edge to put him out.
Yeah, you can look at it that way, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty good match, I think. I gave it a 6.7. I thought it was a good opener.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.5. I liked it. It was a good opener, and the stuff after it just made me fucking laugh, dude.
It's so fucking stupid. Like I joke about it in the chat. I'm like, they're gonna turn somebody into a big fucking baby, and like I keep talking about how it's like a Southern wrestling thing.
Do you think Jim Cornette had any say in this booking?
Maybe it sounds like an idea he would have.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is like kind of thing they do in Memphis. Have like a stipulation like that.
Yeah, you see, like I would like think Jerry Lawler would be in this type of match. You know what I mean?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Ted tries to save. He tries to save Kid, but he eats baby powder. He has to like fly out of the ring, and he's like pissed off.
Yeah, the baby powder of death.
Yep. And then Kid's like dead, and then Razor leaves, and then like Ted gets back in there, and he like gets him to regain consciousness, and then he's like acting like he's still in the match or something.
Well, I kind of want to. I kind of want to explain before that happens is like after Razor wins, the referee gets the bottle and diaper, which I thought was funny because like he won the match and he's like, "Hold on, brother, I'm gonna go get the diaper and the baby bottle for you," and I love that he like put baby powder on him before he put on the fucking diaper, and then you could tell by the way that there was no milk in that bottle. It was
like water.
Yeah. And I like that the water essentially like woke him up, and as Razor's leaving, he regains consciousness, and like Ted DiBiase just like fucking disappointed that he like recruited this child, and you know he's fucking crying all over the ring, and I I thought that was a good touch.
Yeah, he had like a temper tantrum, which is like
Mm-hmm.
that's hilarious. Like I
Yep.
don't know. It's one of those stupid wrestling things. It's like dumb, but it's funny.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was a good opening match for In Your House. We moved to a segment. I don't know how to say his fucking last name. I'm just gonna call him Ray.
Ray
Uh,
Rougeau.
Ray Judo. Okay. And Sonny um are for the superstar line, and Sonny has flashbacks about Jake Roberts, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, Jake Roberts, that means we're soon getting to the King of the Ring, where Austin 316 just said I just whipped your ass, because remember when he beats Jake the Snake, and he's like, you're Bible thumping and all that stuff because Jake is a Christian. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh fuck, he's back. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. They haven't gotten into that stuff yet with him,
Mm,
but I guess they're building to it. Yeah, they showed how he was back there earlier in the day and scared Sonny with the snake.
mm,
By the way, they're really leaning into this thing with her where she's like doing all these bumper spots on their programming. She's like in a bikini, she's in a bathtub, she's playing billiards, she's singing happy birthday.
yeah, essentially, I'm hyperbolicing this, or exaggerating, but Vince and gang is grooming Sonny to be a slut, essentially.
Yeah, I think really what it is they all know she's hot and they want to like exploit that, and the crowd reacts to her.
Yeah,
I mean, she's more over than that fucking tag team is. No
and
disrespect to those guys. It's just that's just the reality of it.
and it's pretty evident on what happens on Raw later, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Uh, what's after this? Yeah, like Hunter Hearst Helmsley with Elizabeth Hilden or
Yeah,
Tilden.
I
They
don't know.
kept
I didn't research
changing.
who she was, and I didn't really listen to. I was like, oh, that's pretty hot. That's all I thought.
I might research her while you tell us what happens in this match for a minute. Versus Duke the pedophile Droze.
Hmm.
He's supposed to be the dumpster, but I'm not ever gonna let it go that he's a pedophile. So,
Yeah, they kind of do a flashback, because if you're wondering why Duke the pedophile Drozy doesn't have long hair, that's because uh, uh, or Hunter Hearst Helmsley uh, attacked him and gave him a haircut, essentially, which is like buzzed him off or whatever.
okay, so Elizabeth Hilden was it's Hilden, not Tilden, because they changed her last name a couple times. It's like they don't remember it. Uh, she was an American adult model, so they got
Yeah.
another Playmate slash Penthouse model. They did that last time with him,
Who was Pamela Anderson with?
Shawn Michaels,
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
and then she went with Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
So,
um.
I'll give them this real quick though. At least they like created a reason for this match to happen because they showed us that.
Yeah.
Like on Superstars, like he attacked a dumpster and then like cut his hair. And that's why he has like a buzz cut now and he looks awful. Like he looks even worse.
Mm-hmm. Um. I ECW, take note in 1996, please, that this is what you're supposed to do when you have a match. Give us some backstory. Don't be like, and we're in a match, and then Joey Styles is like screaming and shit. So take note, ECW. Get a time machine. What I my notes, me with my notes, it's a very straight to the point. So Hunter gets a cheap shot and tries to pedigree, but takes forever to set up. Duke back drops out. Drowsy charges Hunter backdrop out to take over. There was a Hunter uses his knee to put him down for two. The crowd is completely dead, by the way. I wrote that
Yeah.
out. This was like a terrible fucking match. A match up, I should say, because nobody gives a fuck about the pedophile Drozy. They care about probably Hunter House Helmsley a little bit, but he's a heel.
He gets
Uh,
heat, yeah, but
yeah,
he's against a guy nobody fucking cares about.
Mm-hmm. And we're also in Kentucky, by the way. Usually when like WWF goes down south, it's like a hit or miss at certain cities.
I think Kentucky's a good wrestling crowd in general. It's just that like they've had runs there where they get disappointed with the crowd there or something, or like a show doesn't sell as good as they thought it was going to. That's happened a few times. And
Mm-hmm.
then they stay away from Kentucky for a while.
Yeah. Or
Even
every time,
even in like modern day, that's happened.
yeah, even like when they go to like the small towns in Texas, like you could definitely tell in like modern, like, oh, these are just like super duper casuals, that are there.
Yeah, but this was like a solid wrestling crowd. I think they were. It's just like they know. Like I haven't seen Duke the Dumpster Drose that much on the programming that we watch. It seems like he's probably just a superstars guy,
Mm-hmm.
but like they weren't reacting at all. So
And
um,
I don't like I maybe I guess I get understand the booking. It's like you have this rich guy Hunter Hearst Helmsley going against like fucking hillbillies and truck drivers and shit.
garbage man and the plumber TL Hopper. I'm surprised we haven't seen that yet.
So is this like class warfare?
This is class warfare. It's just Hunter Hearst Helmsley is feuding against the poors. This is what it is.
I guess it kind of makes sense. I wrote down. I was like, I kind of liked the spine buster that it gives a little bit, but then he
So
like flails away with some combination clothesline thing, and I was like, okay, what?
that was like the best thing he did, other than that power slam.
Mm-hmm.
They call it the trash compactor.
Yep.
Because I don't have a lot of comments about this match either, because it's kind of long. It's like I think it's longer than it really needed to be.
Yeah, it seems like Triple H. I'm gonna call him Triple H because I always fuck up his Helmsley name. Um, but Triple H like seems like he wanted to work a match, and Drose was just like, I want to get to my spot, which is literally the fucking trash can spot.
I think it's just that guy's not that good of a worker. Because like
Yeah.
that's what I noticed like when I was watching this. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's like I have like some slight, really vague memories of seeing him like when I was a kid, but I don't recall anything of any real note. And I know for a fact I did watch this pay per view when it happened back then. I didn't even remember this match though.
Mm-hmm.
um, but like when I was watching him in there, it's like a lot of his like strikes and stuff, and some of his like just normal like movements, just basic shit that you see a lot of people do, just seemed like not good.
What do you think of his punch?
That was okay. His punch was okay. It's like
Yeah.
whenever he tried to do something like kicks or like clotheslines or shit, it looked kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. It also could be Triple H bumping his ass off for his punch too, because like when he connected with the punch, like Triple H snapped back so fucking hard.
Oh,
Uh,
he worked his ass off in this match. He was like selling like crazy. He even did the crazy turnbuckle bump
yep, I saw that.
for that fucking guy.
um, I do want to point out the sloppy ending, by the way.
Mm.
So he comes in with the garbage can. Referee's like, no, 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 you can't do that, and the lid falls off against near Triple H, and he hits the pedophile in the face, and which, by the way, good job. And then getting rid of the evidence, like the referee turned back. He should have waited for the crack and then slowly turned, because he turned and then you heard the crack and then the poor attempt to like lose the evidence, and that's how it ended. Now you could say, hey, it's live or not live, but it's in the heat of the moment. It is what it is. Referees have to have a blind eye at some point to keep the show going. But I didn't like that ending at all.
It could have been Hunter's fault too. I don't know. It could have been he lost his grip on the lid after that. And he accidentally like flung it,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's like, "Oh shit!" Because then he like grabbed it really fast and like threw it in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good attempt at a save. It's just it was too late. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows what happened? It was an accident, unfortunately. But
Mm.
yeah, he pinned him after hitting him with that trash can lid. So
Yep.
it was like a fucking 11 or 12-minute match. I wouldn't have made it that long. But
I would have gave it a 4-minute match and maybe gave the Shawn Michaels match or the cage match a little bit longer.
9 minutes and 38 seconds.
Huh.
So, but it feels longer.
Yeah. But what'd you give this match?
I gave it like a 5.6.
I gave it a 5. I gave it a 5.1.
I'm gonna give it a 5.5. No, I'm gonna give it a 5.4. My score was like a lot higher. Not like this is a decent match, but like I think I was just so impressed with like what Triple H was doing that it kind of like helped. And like now that I'm done and I've like removed myself from it more, I'm like, no, that dude got no reaction. A lot of his work was not that good. So yeah, it's 5.4.
And just imagine if Triple H wasn't good in that match, it would probably be a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, what if it was like some other heel? Like I'm trying to think of somebody who sucks right now that's a heel. Like I don't know, Casino Tatanka. Like who would have gave a shit?
Yeah.
It just
seems like he doesn't give a shit in Raw, but we'll get to that. Anyway, we go to Todd Pettenzu with the new WWF sweatshirts, which are one size fits all. Oh my god, that's a new concept. About the size of an adult XL. How many wrestling fans are gonna fit? Is that going to fit? Probably. What is this? 1996.
96. I'd say a good percentage still.
Yeah. We haven't got.
You look in the crowds, like there you see like a lot of like there's kids, there's young adults, there's some regular adults, and for the most part, everybody's like a normal size.
Mm-hmm.
You see some heavier set people in the crowd, but
So I kind of want to hear your opinion about Yokozuna's promo. So okay. I'm gonna let you take it away on this.
Well, I didn't write down his promo word for word. It's actually like it's a pretty simple promo, like what he did.
Mm-hmm.
But he talked like a decent amount, so it's not like he didn't say much. It's just like what he said was not really complex.
Yeah, he turned Samoan.
he turned the Samoan switch on.
Yep.
Like before that, they just set up a recap of like what happened to lead us up to this point where Yokozuna is having a match against Camp Cornette people. And then like Yokozuna basically says he's yelling and he's mad and he's like yelling at the camera. The Cornette's held him back for like years and wouldn't let him talk and all this other stuff, and he's tired of it. And he says, "Bulldog brother, you're about to get 640 pounds of bad attitude. Bonsai!" And I'm like, that was pretty good. That was a good little fired up promo he did.
Yeah, I got fired up for fucking Yoko. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Like, I haven't seen a face Yoko and ever really. Yeah, so I'm like actually excited to see what's going on with it.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't really go anywhere because his health starts really going south after this point.
Yeah. And also, sneaking in KFC and Fat Camp.
Yeah, he's not quite there yet, but it's going to happen here in a few months, I think.
Mm-hmm. But we move on to British Bulldog and Yokozuna. Do you have a lot of play-by-play on this one?
No, it's a pretty simple match, and like it was like a strong guy was trying to fight a fat guy, and he was trying to do stuff to him, and like none of it was working. That was basically like the whole theme of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bulldog is punching him, he's clotheslining him multiple times, and it doesn't work. And then Yokozuna overpowers him. He throws him, or he pummels him, or he tries to do his big ass elbow drop that would kill somebody, and he misses. Just it's like a basic Yokozuna match is like what happens.
Man, he does a bunch of Samoan drops because he's Samoan.
He did that one Samoa drop and it looked brutal. He's like the ring buckled and Bulldog like turned red.
Yep.
He was like, oh! He was like coughing and stuff.
That PCP wasn't kicking in, brother.
He wasn't cooking anymore after that.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was here's like as an AEW or AEW fans, when they watch it, they like that whole ballerina stuff and nonstop action. This is what I like about British Bulldog and Yokozuna. You have a strong guy and a fat guy, right?
Yeah,
They're both big guys, and they're wrestling like they're actually having a fight. Like they, Bulldog is hitting him because he's strong, and Yokozuna's flubber is like probably absorbing all the shit that Bulldog is doing, and Yokozuna is like throwing his fat at him by like trying to do the bonsai drop, doing the Samoan drops. And obviously, it does hurt Bulldog, but he's a big dude and knows how to handle himself. But obviously, near the end, like Yoko, if let's just say wrestling's real. Like, if anything, Yoko was gonna kill him. That was the plan. He was like gonna bonsai and probably break his fucking sternum and like kill him or something like that. And that's when fucking Cornette comes out with his tennis racket. And dude, I love the smack sound of that racket on the back of Yoko. It's like whack.
he knows exactly how to hit it to make that sound.
Mm-hmm.
So, because if he knows when Bulldog got it, he started hitting him like multiple times. It didn't make anywhere near that sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's experience.
I gave this. I think I'm a little too high. I gave it a 6.2 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it like a 5.6
Yeah.
because it was like it's okay. It was short too. That was another thing. It was like 5 minutes.
Yep.
And that's all it needed to be, I guess. I mean, you could argue like you didn't want this finish to DQ or something. Somebody could make that argument, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the first match in this series.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Nitro, where like most of your matches are DQs.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. After this is my favorite part too. Vader comes out wearing his fucking leather jacket, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking badass. I'm kind of sad that Vader didn't really shine in WWF.
He's like wearing a leather jacket, like a Sooners shirt,
mm-hmm.
and like I think sweatpants.
Yep.
But he's like still wearing his gloves and his mask. It's funny.
But he gets in the ring, and both British Bulldog and Vader handcuff Yoko to the ring, and just beat the crap out of him. They kind of just like, again, I don't like. Is Vader stiffing Yoko at times? You think, or do you think he's just that good at fucking selling a punch?
I don't think he's Vader's a weird case. I don't think he intentionally stiffs anybody.
Mm.
It's just that like he's so big and like he's
in the heat of the moment, right?
Yeah, and since he was in Japan and they told him to wrestle that way, like in Japan, that's what he's used to now. So he's just kind of stiff by default.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he might have like got a few good hits in on him, but probably not on purpose.
Yeah, because if you notice, Bulldog was like punching him in like the tit, the man boob, and then like Vader was like fucking going headshots and stuff, and like
he kept headbutting him and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's Vader for you. I mean, that's what we kind of like about it. Is just like it's fucking. He's balls to the wall. He's like he's gonna hurt you because you know what? He's a man, and I think he started saying that, by the way, when he was going down the ramp. He's like, "Who's the man?" And then he stopped.
He's a man.
Yep. They go to. By the way, any Gen Z kids out there, if you guys don't know what AOL chat was, it was America Online. We used to get internet by disc. You put a disc in, and then you like install, and you would have to put it in a 56K modem, and you would hear like a weird sound. But anyway, there was a segment where AOL chat, and Goldust was there with Marlena, and Goldust was like fondling that guy on the laptop.
He was holding some WWF employee hostage as he was dictating to him like what his responses were supposed to be in the chat room.
Yeah.
By the way, Vince called it cyberspace, which is like hilarious because it's like That's another really outdated term to refer to the internet. They're out there in cyberspace. It's like, God, I haven't heard anybody say that forever.
I ironically say it, not cyberspace, but I usually go, I'm on the World Wide Web, and I'm surfing the internet.
I'm surfing the web.
Yep. But man, I miss the 90s. Anyway, Shawn Michaels versus Owen Hart, because remember, Owen Hart was boasting that he like almost killed Shawn Michaels essentially, and Cornette and Owen Hart challenged Shawn Michaels for the Royal Rumble #1 contender for the World Championship. So that's what the stipulation of this match was, by the way.
Yeah.
And didn't Shawn do like a promo before he went outside on top of the house and did like a striptease?
Yeah, it was just a short, quick, and confident promo saying that he's not going anywhere. He's going to WrestleMania, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. They recapped the feud too before this match started for everybody.
Yeah. I got a question for you. What HBK face do you like better? Do you like this face better, or do you like when he comes back from retirement and he's that face, HBK?
Oh, it's different. It's very different. I like that better, but this isn't bad to me either. Because he's a young baby face here, and he's appealing to the kids and stuff. He's trying to step into that role. Like, see, I can be the company guy, even though he can't handle the pressure, apparently, is what really happens. It just doesn't work. He does the often forgotten about but iconic, to me, in your house entrance where he dances on the roof and then pyro goes off. I forgot that there was pyro. And then he swings off the roof with like a rope and like goes to the ring.
Yeah, he like Tarzan's off the roof.
When I saw that, I was like, that is the coolest shit ever. I remember that. That's what sealed it for me, that I remembered seeing this show. Like when I was a kid, it was like, I did watch this. I remember when I was watching it. Its core memory was unlocked there. This is part of the shit that made me think like Shawn Michaels was super cool. Like I was like, this guy rules. I like Shawn Michaels. He's like swinging off roofs. And then he's like, I watch WrestleMania and he's fucking rappelling down like on a zip line now. This guy's awesome.
Yep. What's your play-by-play on this?
Okay, so like after he gets into the ring, they do this bit with him sometimes where the heel tries to jump him before his entrance is over, and he just flings the heel out of the ring and he finishes his entrance. That shit's funny.
Yep.
But it starts off with Shawn's kind of like spending time messing with Owen. Like he slides out of the ring and he gives high fives to everybody, and he kisses some random woman in the front row, and she like loses her mind. I don't think that was a plant. He gets back into the ring, and then Owen slides out, tries to do the same thing, but like nobody gives a shit about it. This is funny. So Shawn gets on the top rope while he's busy, like, why don't you want to high five me? And he does like that cross body, like where his back's facing you, and he like leap. I don't know what to call that. It's like a reverse crossbody or something. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like kind of like you know how like AJ Styles does the spinal tap, but like instead of a spinal tap, it's a crossbody.
Yeah, because he can't do that move anymore. That's what he says anyway.
Yep.
He gets him out on the floor though with it, and then he high fives some more fans, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, yeah!" This is like another reason why I thought Shawn Michaels was really cool, because he would like do a move and be all cool and like, look, I can beat ass and then have fun. Like that's cool. But after that, they really start getting into the match. This is all just like working. They're like working the crowd and doing little spots to like, play off their character and stuff. But he's like putting him in a headlock and he's like fucking with him and pulling his hair and shit. And, like, it makes Jim Cornette get up with the apron. He's mad. He's like, he's pulling his hair. And all it does is it distracts the referee, so he pulls his hair some more and gets away with it. They do reversals, and they do some reversal spots. It looks cool, and it makes Owen look like he's on Sean's level athletically, which is like interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Owen hits like a hip toss. HBK kicks him off. Like it's kind of like when Brett and Mr. Perfect do like those hip toss spots with each other, or they do an arm drag and they kick the guy off and get up and go into another spot. It's exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
HBK does a Frankensteiner and he does punches. Bless you. And they get up and Owen shoots Sean off and he does like a sick looking belly to belly suplex.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like a super fast one. It was like, oh my god, because like the angle of it and everything is like it's pretty low. But every time I see him do that, the guy always lands exactly where he's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Owen's pretty firmly in control. And he's like just getting heat. He's like hitting various moves on Sean. He's wearing him down with holds. And Jerry Lawler does this funny bit where he's saying he goes back to how Owen invented the sharpshooter, but he also invented the camel clutch.
Yep.
And Vince is like, well, regardless of whoever invented it, he's applying the holds and he's doing it well. Sean starts coming back, but Owen hits like a leg lariat and he sends HBK out on the floor with it. Like he hit him so hard, Sean sold it like he fucking got like jarred and just fumbled out of the ring, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Sean gets on the apron, and then like Owen tries to do something, and he suplexes him out on the floor from the apron. So it's like, okay, maybe he's coming back now. He tries to do a crossbody, but Owen power slams him on the floor from that. So that's pretty cool. Get back in the ring. Owen hits like a good missile drop kick. He gets 2. And they do this cool spot where like Owen throws Sean hard in the corner, and he does the crazy quarter bump. But Owen doesn't follow him. He like backs all the way to the opposite side of the ring. And when he's done doing his little pretzel flip thing where he gets back on his feet, he runs full speed and hits like a flying clothesline. And it looked great. It was like nice. It was good.
Yeah, it was like almost like an enziguri, right?
Well, it was a clothesline.
Oh.
It wasn't enziguri.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You're thinking ahead of when he actually does hit that move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he gets him in the sharpshooter, and Sean's in it for a while, but he manages to break the hold. He's like stomping HBK, body slams him. He blows his fucking nose on him while he's getting heat. It's like amazing. People like booed more when they saw what he did. It was great. And then Sean gets up, and Owen just hits the enziguri on him out of nowhere. And then Sean like stumbles out of the ring and like just collapsed. And everybody in that building went, oh, when he hit that. Because they built it up for like months. They keep talking about it.
Yep.
So they made that one move like this big spot in a match because they built it up.
Nobody does that anymore.
And they don't really build stuff up like that. I mean, like they kind of did it recently with the pile driver again, like on WWE TV.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like the last example of something like that, really.
Mm-hmm.
Owen rolls Sean in, he covers him. Like he kind of spent a while gloating before he like went to go retrieve him. So he gave him time to recover. Sean kicked out of it. And Owen's like, what? He kicked out. It's like he gave him like fucking 2 minutes to get his shit together. But he starts coming back after that, though. He hits like a Manhattan drop, flying forearm. Both guys are down. HBK gets up at the last second, and then he starts doing his comeback for real. Fly forearm, body slam, top rope elbow drop. And then Cornette's like, hey, he gets up on the apron, and he even takes an apron bump. He's like, that's part of his comeback, too. And then Sean goes to hit Sweet Chin Music. Owen dodges. And then he goes for the enziguri again, but Sean dodges. And then he hits him with Sweet Chin Music, and he pins him for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Very good match. I actually gave this a 7.7 out of 10.
I gave it a 7.8.
I miss how matches are built up. because this is like a good build up for me being excited. Like it wasn't like a ballerina match at like AEW. It was more of like, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna go say hi to my fans. I'm gonna try to say hi to the fans, and like that's how you rile up a crowd. That's how you get people excited for a match.
They worked people. They let stuff breathe. You know, they were selling.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, one of the spots that got the biggest reaction was when Owen blew his nose on Shawn. He didn't do some fucking huge wrestling move. He didn't do no goddamn Canadian destroyer. He blew his nose on a guy when he was beating him. Come on.
Yep. So the next match, I know is a steel cage, and obviously they have to build the steel cage. So they bring out acting president Roddy Piper, joins Todd Pettenzu for a special interview. And he was talking about how he can't be bought, and well, soon that will be WCW. Yeah. Piper calling Vader inbred, noting
he's from the Rocky Mountains, so you know he's inbred.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
Yep. And noting that he's wearing a jockstrap on his face, and I fucking died.
Yeah, people were laughing at the shit he was saying.
Mm-hmm. And obviously they were really drawing out the interview, and then to the point where Cornette and his attorney was coming out, and I just love how like fucking Roddy just goes, "Shut up,
shut up!" He doesn't even let him say anything at first.
And then he finally officially books Shawn versus Brett at the main event of WrestleMania, and Vader versus Yokozuna. Which I don't know if that happens. Does that happen?
Yeah, see, I'm checking that right now because I was thinking the same thing. Is like I don't remember that match. Is it on there? And I'm looking. There's a tag match. So there's no single match. It turns into a tag match for some reason.
Yeah, I guess we'll read into it later. But literally, this was just like killing time, and you know, having Piper out there is a good thing to kill time because he could literally talk about anything.
And so yeah, basically what he did, he went out there. You know, they didn't give him a script. Obviously, he's one of those guys that wouldn't do it anyway. So he just goes out there and says some stuff off the top of his head. And it was actually pretty good. So, yeah. He also said some shit about Shawn. Is like, you need to pull up your socks and sleep on the mat because you got to face Diesel or Bret Hart.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of like, you know, pumping him up a little bit. He's like, in order to be the champ, you got to like, you know, get in there and all that stuff. And I was like, I appreciated that. He's like kind of talking to him through interview, essentially, as a veteran.
Yeah. Mm. The funniest part of this was like at the end of the interview, he like goosed Cornette's ass, and then like he jumped up and was like, "Oh!" Like, like bothered him so much. This shit was funny.
Yep. But we go into the main event: Diesel versus Bret Hart, steel cage
for the title.
I like that Diesel came out in like a giant cloud of smoke. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they're changing up his entrance a little bit where they can. What were you gonna say?
No, because I'm reading my notes and I was like, was that a smoke machine or was somebody smoking in the back?
Well, yeah, I don't know. They start out brawling, and then Diesel he gets control because he's not going to outbrawl him. So you know, he slows the pace down some. He's just like pummeling Bret. He's like throwing him hard in the turnbuckles and stuff. And with that cage up, it makes a great sound, like when they're taking like turnbuckle bumps.
Yep.
And that's what they do. Like as soon as he throws Bret in that first turnbuckle, and because it's Bret doing a turnbuckle bump, he's like, it always looks good, but like with that cage sound, it makes it worse.
Yeah, it like better. Rattles. It rattles, and it like does that.
He's like, oh, he's like collapsed. Yeah. they do this cool spot where Brett tries to like escape, like he climbs out or tries to climb out at some point. Diesel climbs up after him though, and he like gets him in the corner of the cage up on the top rope, and he does his like knees in the corner up on the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just kind of cool looking.
Yep.
He gets Brett down there and he rams him into the cage twice. Like he's tall enough to hold him up in the air and just kind of like force him into the cage wall over the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of cool to see too. Brett slows Diesel down after nut-shotting him. When he's trying to like climb over the ropes. You know how Diesel gets in and out of the ring.
Yep.
And like he pulled the rope like when he was doing that. And he was like, oh, he just like collapsed pretty much.
And I think that's when Brett started working the leg, right?
He starts working his leg. Like he tries to escape again, but Diesel grabs him and pulls him back inside. And that's when Brett starts like working his leg.
I got a question for you. Like when it's a big guy that goes over the cage and is like literally like halfway down, does it like break your immersion that somehow he like the other guy grabs him with like one arm and like you see the other wrestler like climb with him back over to the other side?
That kind of does, yeah. That does break my immersion, but they don't really do that spot in this match.
Right? Yeah, I know. I just when I saw that, I was thinking of other matches where I was like seeing people like climb back while being grabbed. I'm like, it annoys me. They
probably talked it over backstage, and Brett was like, listen, like, you're too big to climb out of the cage. Like, that doesn't make any sense. If anybody's going to climb out of this cage, it's going to be me, but you got to stop me. Because that's really how this match played out. Because every time Diesel tried to escape, he was trying to go out the door.
Yep.
So, yeah. But, Brett starts working his legs. Diesel kind of comes back a little bit because he clubs Brett. He hits like a big side slam. He takes like a few moments to like kind of get his bearings. And he tries to leave out the door. At the same time, Brett's trying to climb out. Somehow he was able to get up and he just started trying to climb out. He wasn't even like looking. But Brett sees Diesel's leaving. So he like jumps down, runs over, cuts him off, and drags him back into the ring. And I can believe that he can drag him back in the ring more than I can pull a guy up over a cage.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Brett sees another opportunity to leave again, but Diesel stops him, and then he like press slams him from like that top rope out into the middle of the ring.
Yep.
Brett tries to get up. Diesel hits like a big back suplex, but he like can't capitalize because his legs hurt. Because Brett's been like off and on working his legs after that one point in the match. There's more battling back and forth over who's escaping. Both guys are worn out from fighting each other. I think Brett tries to put a sharpshooter on Diesel. Diesel like thumbs him in the eye really fast to get out of it. Brett starts working Diesel's back now. He does like a Russian leg sweep. He tries to climb out, but Diesel grabs him again. So Brett kicks him away. And then he does his elbow drop with like his forearm. He does it from the top rope. I think he hits like a bulldog too. He hits like a second rope bulldog on it.
But don't you like love how Bret Hart runs a match? Like it's not like modern wrestling. Like all of a sudden, like you're fucking underdog and you just fucking win the match. He breaks down the dude. He like breaks down the leg, breaks down the back because he's a technical wrestler. I always hate like when like small guys, except like Rey Mysterio. Like Rey Mysterio is like the gem of this whole thing where he's fighting big dudes, but like obviously like what Daniel Bryan was facing, like a Brock Lesnar. Like realistically, Brock Lesnar should just break him in half, unless Daniel Bryan hits him in the leg and like weaken him a little bit to do that. So that's why I love how Bret is handling this match.
He always works like the way he always puts together a match is like it's logical, it makes sense, and like it's believable. So like that's always like his thing. Then like I think Bret tries to climb out again, but Diesel like punches. He just punches him in the fucking nuts. It's like, oh, there's no DQ. And like Brett's still on the ropes. He's like holding his nuts, and then he falls. He loses balance, and he lands on the top rope with his nuts. So he got hit in the nuts twice, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then he flops onto the mat, and he's like, oh, he's got to be done. So Diesel starts dragging himself towards the door, like from all the way across the ring. He uses the ropes to pull himself to the door. And he's almost getting ready to get out, but then the Undertaker comes out of the mat and he grabs Diesel's leg.
Well, if you remember, Undertaker's like, told him that he's gonna cost him the match, and I was waiting. Either he was gonna come outside the ring and like punch him while he tries to get out. No,
Yeah.
he did the Undertaker thing and opened up the ring and pulled him down, which I thought was funny because usually, in more later down the road, like when someone goes down in that hole, you don't see him ever again. But this time you see like Diesel pop out and like, him and Undertaker are fucking duking it out.
Yes, this is the first time they did that spot.
Mm-hmm.
This was another thing that activated a core memory in me because I was like, I was 100% sure I did. I remember watching this show when I was a kid because I remember this too.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god, it came out of the ring and dragged him down. There was smoke. But yeah, he pulls him down the hole, and then smoke comes out of it. And Vince is like freaking out on commentary. He's like, he's pulled Diesel down into hell itself. And then Brett's like climbing out while this is going on. He's climbing out of the cage and he wins.
Yep.
The finish was wild. It kind of helped put this match over the edge and do like a good match, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because before that, like, it was pretty good. And if it was going to end like really soon, it would have been like, yeah, that was a pretty good match.
Yeah, I was at a 6.9 until the Undertaker popped out and that shit happened. And I was like, all right, now it's a 7.
Yeah, I gave it 7.2. I really liked that ending. I was like, oh my god.
But overall, like, this show, I mean, like, I think the only weakest one we saw was like Helmsley and Groze and
The Yoko match with Bulldog.
And Yoko and Bulldog. But like having the next two be Shawn Michaels and Owen and Diesel and Brett, very perfect. Like it like bumps up the show tremendously for me, in my opinion. I gave this a 6.9 out of 10.
I gave it a 6.9 out of 10 as well.
Nice.
So we were right there. Also, yeah, Diesel climbed out of the hole. And like his pants were all ripped.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked scared and shit. And he like actually climbed out of the cage away from Undertaker. And then Undertaker was like posing on the cage. He was doing his shit. Not Randy Orton shit, but he was doing something.
And I really like the old school cages. I understand why they got away from it. Probably because of visual thing and how hard it is and stuff, and how it hurts.
Yeah, all the old wrestlers complained about how that cage hurt.
But to me, because I hate the whole like chain link, and then you see the actual like feet things that you can put your feet in. That annoys me.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't know. It's a nitpicky thing, I think, but like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I hate about modern cages is when they feel the need, they have to paint it some bright fucking color. I hate that so much.
Like Hell in a Cell with the red and that shitty match between Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt.
That red cage was such a damn eyesore. Just make it black or let it be galvanized steel. One or the other.
Well, that's Vince for you. He's like, I just want a red because we're in hell. That's all I could think of him saying.
Probably. They set up their main events. They set up the main event for WrestleMania. They set up a semi-main with Diesel and Undertaker. Like we know that's happening.
We're getting the Iron Man match, right? With Brett and Shawn. Okay,
that's
cool.
what it is.
Dude, I can't wait. I'm so hyped for that match.
There's a few matches in that card I want to see. Then there's going to be the Goldust Roddy Piper match.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him on the fucking car.
uh, I noticed in the show, Diesel and Sean were more over in Louisville than Brett was. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
The crowd was cheering for Diesel over Brett in that cage match.
Yeah, I
Diesel wasn't over. He wasn't over. He was a failure.
well, I forgot to mention. I like out of nowhere, like when Diesel comes out, he's like, he's looking for his black gloves, and I'm like, is that what they're calling the fans? The black gloves?
Remember, he said, "If you got the black glove, I'm
Yeah.
going to high five you because I
Yep.
know you're one of my people."
Hmm.
They tried to do that with Roman Reigns and it didn't work.
Yeah.
They tried that same thing.
Now his shoes are getting taken.
The Shuafala.
All right. We are moving to Chad Turner time. WCW Monday Nitro, February 19th, 1996. Did I write down? Oh, yeah, we're in Salisbury, Maryland. And our commentators are Eric, Uncle Eric, Bobby Heenan, Mongo, and Pepe the dog. I almost said Pepe the frog. Pepe the dog. What was he wearing?
I think he was just dressed for winter.
Okay.
He looked like he was wearing warm clothes.
What a well-behaved dog, by the way. Of sitting.
He's got one of those Chihuahuas that are like really chill. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy for that breed.
yeah, and he's like sitting there for the whole time while fucking pyro's going off and stuff.
He doesn't do anything. He just sits there.
Yep. Anyway, we get another fucking Arn Anderson versus Hulk Hogan match.
Yep.
Yeah, I
What are you gonna say?
the book it like I get it. Like Hulk Hogan at the end of the last Nitro when he was having his coked out promo, which again will happen again. Um, I get it, but at the same time, it just feels like fucking Hulk Hogan is writing this stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like I lost, brother, but now I gotta win again. But then he fucking loses again by DQ, and I'm just, and I get it. They're building up the whole like Four Horsemen is with the Dungeon of Doom. Bobby Heenan says that as well, but everything was sloppy in this a little bit. There was a point where like now, I don't know if this was like a reversal, but like you see Arn Anderson like do this at when he's on the ground when he tries to do the DDT and he just like goes down, like it almost got reversed, and Arn Anderson's like, "What the fuck?" And then
No, that was supposed to happen.
oh, it was okay.
So like, yeah, what happened with that was like he went to do the DDT because he faked Hogan out with that punch thing he does, where he fakes you out and he's like, "I'm gonna DDT you," and he went to do it. Hogan just instead of staying ducked down, he stood up. So basically, he just fucking did a back bump and landed on the back of his head, and that's why he was like, "What?" Yeah, he just didn't expect that to happen, I guess.
There are times where Arn Irish whips Hulk Hogan, and he always stumbles, and he like has to moonwalk into the fucking turnbuckle.
One time he shot him off into the corner, and Hulk like ran, and then he like stutter stepped or something. He was like, "Oh," and he put his hands up for some reason.
Yep.
And then he like awkwardly went in the corner, and I was like, "What the hell?" Usually he doesn't do that. It's like I guess he just had an off night. I don't know.
Probably. It just looked like he was always on edge on things. And what I mean by that is like he's trying to play off like he wants to beat the shit out of him, and I think he's like going too fast. If that makes any sense.
Maybe he's being self-conscious. Maybe he's like, "Oh, I need to try be faster, brother," or something. I don't know,
But Arn was bumping the shit for him, dude. He was like going all over the place.
yeah, he was bumping for him, selling a lot. Yeah, I don't have a lot wrote down for this because it's kind of it's a Hulk Hogan match that doesn't. It's not like a main event or some kind of like big story behind it, so it's like there's not a lot to say. It's okay until the finish happens. That's how I felt.
Well, well, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
As a face, have you ever seen a face like attack someone as they come into the ring and then rake the back like a face?
Just Hulk Hogan.
I guess.
He's the only one that does that as a babyface. He'll like rake your back, bite your fucking eyebrow, your nose,
And he's choking you.
He's choking you like with t-shirts or his hand or something. He does that little boot burn thing. That's like a heel move, or he just rubs the edge of his boot on your forehead and it fucks you up. Yeah,
But isn't that kind of like watering down his face style a little bit? Because it's kind of like saying I can't wrestle as a face. I have to do some heel tactics to get over.
It's something about him that's always been like psychologically off, like in his matches.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are all. You're right. Those are all usually heel tactics. Now, sometimes you could be a heel that turns babyface, and people want to see you do that shit to the other heels.
Yeah,
You know?
like when a heel eye rakes you, and then you do an eye rake back to him. Like
Yeah,
I understand that.
Like when Orton does eye pokes or something, or he blatantly does something that you know is a dirty move, but nobody cares because it's Randy Orton now.
Yeah,
or like Austin.
But you have to build up to that status. You can't just do it like as a rookie and being green, because then they're gonna be like, so what the fuck are you? Are you a good guy or a bad guy?
This is my theory. I don't know if it's correct or not, but this is like what I'm going to go with. Hulk Hogan wrestled for the most of his early part of his career as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Until he got started doing that, when he started blowing up after Rocky 3, and then he was like a baby face in AWA and stuff, and then in Japan. So like at some point he just kind of turned face, and it just happened. And he stayed that way up until this year. So, I think it was a soft turn, and it's just that nobody really noticed it. Like, we couldn't see it happen. We didn't see it. It probably happened somewhere else, and he probably just carried over some of his heel shit into being a babyface and just never dropped it.
I guess
that's the only thing I can think of that makes it make any sense.
I could turn around and be like, so he just didn't want to change his style because he's just too fucking lazy to do it. Or
I think that's probably more correct. I'm not trying to defend it. This is just me like theorizing. Like I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're defending it. I'm just like I'm just being like, so like even if he was like a heel all that time and then he blew up into what he is now until 96. And it's like, oh, so you just didn't fucking feel like changing anything, essentially. Yeah.
That's probably more correct.
Yeah. I wrote this in my notes because Hulk Hogan does like a corner clothesline and like boos are happening. And right after the boos, Mongo clarifies that last week Hulk Hogan got perpetrated on. And I was like, what? Like, I guess by Dungeon of Doom and Four Horsemen, I guess, but what a weird thing to say after the boos.
I don't think that was like grammatically correct or anything. And a lot of the stuff that he says isn't.
Yeah.
but, whatever. Like CTE. The finish though was, like I was saying, I thought this match was okay until the finish happened.
Yeah.
Which is a pattern I'm noticing in Nitro.
Well, the camera angle didn't help either because, Macho Man. Hold on. In my notes, I wrote down time traveler from the future Macho Man dressed up as NWO colors comes down, and I didn't see fucking Kevin Sullivan at all. All I saw was him come out and cost Hogan the match until I saw fucking Kevin Sullivan on the outside like stumbling and shit.
I saw him first.
Oh, okay.
So you must have like looked away for a second and then looked back and just didn't see it. Because that kind of thing happens to me all the time.
Or maybe he blended in with Hulk Hogan's yellow and red, and I was just like, oh, they're weirdly combining. And I don't know.
That's a really good point. How come he always wears yellow and red when he hates Hulkamania? You think he would wear some other color?
Maybe he. I'm doing like a not really. I'm doing like fucking fan fiction here. Maybe he was a fan of Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan said "fuck you, brother," and that's why he hates him.
You have to become the thing you hate, Hogan. It's like something like that. But yeah, Hogan put Arn in the figure 4, and he was going to try to submit him, and I'm like,
Sloppy. I hate it. I hate how he does it.
It's better than when he was first doing it.
Yeah.
Like, because remember when he first started doing it? God, it was awful.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's when Sullivan and then comes down, and then I saw the whole thing played out, and Macho Man comes out of nowhere. Like he just shows up, cuts him off before he can interfere, and he punches him, and Kevin Sullivan flies out of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But the referee rings the bell.
Why
you can't really tell. Well, yeah, you can't really tell what happened, like because you were distracted because you saw Macho Man punch a guy.
Yeah, because what I see, and then obviously when I see Kevin Sullivan, but what I see is like Macho Man come in and like do nothing, or like he pushes someone off. I guess that's probably Kevin Sullivan. But then why are we ringing the bell if the opponents are not hit, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he stopped an interference, so you think logically there should have been no DQ, but that's what happens. Macho Man goes to raise his hand because it looks like to a viewer, like, did he submit him? Did he just win?
Yeah.
And no, he got disqualified. So that's really annoying. But like, in old wrestling rules, and like especially in the territory days, if somebody came to the ring that wasn't supposed to be there, and you knew they were aligned with or against somebody, that was a DQ against that guy. So, but it's dumb because this is like more modern wrestling where they don't do that. It's like now it's the rule is you only get DQ'd as soon as you fucking touch the guy.
Well,
usually.
what I notice a lot, and even modern wrestling now, is that they sometimes bring certain rules, or not rules, but like you said, the territory stuff. With like, if you know someone's a line there, it's the referee's discretion if he wants to ring the bell or not. And they do that on certain occasions where you're just like, what the fuck? And then it's like part of the storyline to keep it moving along.
Yeah.
But is it good? No, because we've seen it so many fucking times in WCW that you're just like, if you guys want them to have a match, just have them brawl in the backstage. Even though that's even stupid as well. When WWF used to do, WWE used to do it under Vince McMahon, like the two guys would come in the ring and they would brawl, and the security, the faces and the heels would come out to try to break them up, or they would be backstage beating each other up and stuff. Like you could show that stuff with Dungeon of Doom and Four Horsemen and Hogan and Macho Man. It might look silly because Macho Man and Hulk Hogan are silly together, if I'm being honest, when they are trying to defend themselves against the stables. But having a whole show just be them having matches where they're DQs is not really good, in my opinion.
Nope. And it's kind of like a foreshadowing of like what they do later. They rely on that a lot where it's like, well, we can't have them lose, so we just need a DQ out of it. That's acceptable to a point, but like you get to a point where you like if you're putting yourself in this corner all the time, that's like a you problem. You need to stop putting yourself in those positions. Mm-hmm. Now, some of the time it might not be, they put themselves in that position. It's people have creative control, or they just say, that doesn't work for me, brother. So they kind of work around it. So,
Yep, Hogan.
I gave us a 5.2.
I gave it a 5 out of 10. I was like, I wasn't completely bored, but I was just like, that ending killed it.
It did. Like, I wasn't going to score it a lot higher than that, but it brought it down a good bit for me.
Yeah. We move into Alex Wright versus Loch Ness.
With Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, I just want to bring this up because I did research. The wrestler Loch Ness starts to get sick with cancer at this time. So maybe that's why he's kind of shitty. Not because he's just fat and all that stuff, but cancer is hitting him hard. But
I
again,
mentioned something about that last time when he first showed up,
yeah.
and I said though he has those. He's part of that. There's two big British wrestlers from the 80s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of them, and they have a reputation for being not that good in the ring. Both of them do.
Okay, so
So yeah,
this match sucked. I'm being honest with you.
it did suck. Poor Alex Wright.
Yes. I don't even know what to say. Loch Ness was just like stumbling around.
All it was, this is literally what it was. By the way, it sucks Alex Wright doesn't do the dance anymore. I sort of get it, but it's going to be amazing when he brings it back, when he turns heel.
Yep.
We'll see it. It'll be great.
I agree.
This whole thing was Alex Wright has to bounce off of a fucking refrigerator that can do an elbow drop. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
He kept doing drop kicks, and he would no-sell it, and then he would, like, try to do something else. Like, I'm going to do a clothesline. I'm going to do a jumping clothesline. I'm going to try to do a quarter splash, and nothing works. And then he gets thrown, and he has to take like this big bump. So he jumps and throws himself, and lands and sells. And off of one of those instances where he does that, Loch Ness does his elbow drop that he fucking missed or whatever in the first squash. And that's how he loses. He pins him after that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a squash.
Yeah.
It sucked, though.
It was a shitty squash.
The guy can't move. It's just like, I don't know what he looked like fucking 10, 20 years before this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, apparently he's sick right now and doesn't know it. I don't know how much that affects him, but like, goddamn, it was literally like he wasn't doing much of anything. And then he dropped an elbow.
I'm looking at the card, right? Because I'm looking at my notes again. So we have, the whole Hogan and Four Horsemen and Dungeon of Doom storyline, and then we get to Alex Wright and Loch Ness, which again is still part of Dungeon of Doom because Jimmy Hart's there. And then you have the next match, which is the Belfast Bruiser, aka Finlay, versus Brad Armstrong. And then it goes back to the fucking Four Horsemen and the Mega Power things, and it's just like it's a shit sandwich in a way. I mean, Finlay and Armstrong try to do their best, right? I guess we can get into that.
They have a good little match,
Yeah. The problem is like Brad Armstrong comes out and tries to talk to the fans, and they don't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah. Unless he's been on that Saturday night show or something, or like those other shows we don't see.
But he gets like no reaction, and he tries to like hug a kid, and the kid's like giving it because he's there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Because they don't feature him regularly.
And it's a jock, which is Brad Armstrong, because he comes out in like some fucking like wrestling, like high school wrestler jacket, like Steiner, essentially.
He's got like a big USA jacket.
Yeah. And then you have fucking Finlay with his strong ass mullet, with his one shoulder pad, which is weird to me, but I get it. Mad Max, they might be playing off of that a little bit. I don't know.
Before this match starts, though, Uncle Eric lets us know that WCW is doing a tournament for the cruiserweight title.
Oh yeah, that we're getting to cruiserweight territory, which is cool.
So they're finally, creating the cruiserweight title.
Mm-hmm.
This is a mullet battle. Both these guys have really good mullets.
Yes.
Or really bad, depending on how you want to look at it. I think Finley's is a little worse because he has a buzz cut that goes into a mullet. I always thought that was like the most trashy redneck version of the mullet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's from fucking Ireland, though, so I don't know. It's a pretty good little technical match. It doesn't last too long. It's like maybe about 8 minutes or so, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Armstrong's headlock takeover rules. It's really good. I like that. He jumps in the air, grabs your head, and forces you to go over with him. I've never seen anybody do it like that.
Yeah, me either.
I wish we could see that guy wrestle more. Every time I've seen him, it's like, God, I love Brad Armstrong. He's great. And then, like, he goes away for, like, a year. Every time.
Well, I kind of want to watch, like, early WCW and see his matches. I know we've seen him in 93 and a little bit in 94.
He was in for a minute, yeah.
But I want to see him in the late 80s, early, like, 90 and 91.
I think he was working more in Smoky Mountain when it was operating. Because they weren't really using him for anything. And Cornette did have, like, a deal with them for a bit where it's like, can I use some of your guys if you're not using them? Like, Arn Anderson was able to go there and do some stuff for a little bit. Stuff like that. But Bruiser wins with a tilt-a-whirl slam for 3. He pins him. I didn't break this down because it was kind of short and fast, and I just didn't know how it was going to play out, so I didn't do a play-by-play for it.
Yeah, I didn't write a bunch of notes. I kind of just, like, sat back and watched it, and I'm just like, I was like, it's a decent match, a nice little match that they, did a breather for another DQ match we're gonna get soon. So
6.2.
Oh, okay. I gave it a 6.4. I'm a little bit higher.
The Belfast Bruiser curve.
And maybe Armstrong curve.
The single shoulder pad curve.
America, baby. Which, a little off topic. I kind of find it funny that, like, when America moves in, like, modern times with technology and stuff and cars and all that stuff, like, Europe and even Russia, like, lags behind. So, like, when you mentioned about, like, that mullet, you're like, maybe it's an Ireland thing. I think you're right. I think it's just, like, in Ireland, they're all just, like, that weird mullet stuff that they had going on.
It's possible. I think I remember Bono having a haircut like that for a little while.
Yeah. They're all trying to be like Bono. But main event time. We're getting Ric Flair versus Randy Savage again.
It's for the title, I'm pretty sure.
It is.
Yeah, and then, like, Woman and Miss Elizabeth is with Flair.
I want to note that Elizabeth looks hot.
I told you.
Yeah.
I explained it. It's like, see, there's something about her in this era where she's like this hot MILF looking, like, that's her look now.
and even, like, Woman is, like, hot too. She has that, like, attitude, sexiness.
She has that chick at a bar that looks like there's something wrong with her, maybe.
Or that chick at the bar that could do, like, fucking 7 Irish car bombs in a row and still be fine.
Smoke your cigarette.
Yep. Savage looks pissed off in this match, obviously, because of what happened to him last time and, what's happening to his mega power friend in this battle of trying to kill Hulkamania, essentially. Because think about it, like, the only reason why Macho Man got, like, a hit job from these people is because he had the title.
Like, he's friends with Hogan.
And he's friends with Hogan. If he just fucking quits being friends with Hogan, he wouldn't get attacked.
That's what I was going to say. It's like, he's in the crossfire and all this. He just was like, brother, you're on your own. And he just leaves. And I'm going to go compete for the United States title now. Yeah.
Would you write did you have a play-by-play for this?
I did some of that because I like it when these guys have matches. Savage spits on Flair to start things off. And he does some stiff-looking jabs and a backdrop. And then Flair gets Flair in the corner. And he does do the 10 punches in the corner, but Flair does the atomic drop to counter it.
And he, like, falls to the crowd. And I like that the crowd was, like, helping Macho Man up. That was funny. Yeah.
And then, like, Savage recovers after that. And he starts running after Woman. He starts chasing her to, like, almost the entrance. But, like, he decides to, like, turn back around and get back to the match. And then Flair comes out of nowhere and he's blindsides him with, like, this really fast forearm. And then, like, he sells his elbow, which is like smart because it's like, oh, he landed on concrete with his bad elbow, like bonus points.
Mm-hmm.
Woman takes this opportunity though, like because the referee's like, all right, get back in the ring. He's fucking with Flair. She goes over to him and starts clawing his eyes and shit. That was great. Flair gets Savage back in the ring, and Macho starts coming back with punches and stuff. Flair tries to go for a top rope move, but he gets slammed because Flair can't do a top rope move.
Yep.
Savage puts on the figure four. And
he does it good.
Yeah, he knows how to work better.
Yep.
So, Flair's leg is damaged because he stays in it for a while. And then Savage shoots him off and puts him in a sleeper hold, but Flair counters it. He does a high back suplex.
I just love how woman is like screaming on the top of her lungs while Ric Flair's into figure four.
No! No! They do a fast crisscross spot after that, and Savage eats like a back elbow at like high speed. It looked really good. And that's like all they did was like run really fast and run into my elbow. It was a really simple move, but it looked really good. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the execution of 5, like difficulty of 5 versus like making it look good 10 is like what's needed. Savage is trying to fight back, but Flair stops him a bunch, does a shin breaker. I almost called it a spine breaker. Slaps on figure 4. But Savage is able to reverse it, and he gets back on offense. He punches the hell out of Flair and hits like a double axe handle from the top rope. Flair, then a bunch of chaos happens. That's when the shit starts like breaking down. Mm-hmm. Woman throws a shoe in the ring, but Flair doesn't catch it. And then Sullivan and Hogan and Arn Anderson run down there. Hogan is like chasing Sullivan, but he loses track of Arn because he's too busy chasing him. And he gets in the ring and he hits DDT on Macho Man and gets out of there really fast. Flair covers him and pins him for 3.
Yep. I don't know why I said DQ on mine. Probably because I saw all the chaos happen and I just automatically.
Yeah, in your brain you're like, oh, this is going to be a DQ, but it didn't. There was no DQ actually.
Yeah. So surprise. I even surprised myself, I guess, even though I saw the fucking thing. But it's again, they have to put chaos in there in order to end it, essentially. And
then the chaos wasn't even over.
Yeah.
There's more.
So there's a guy that comes out.
What'd you score the match?
Oh, actually, I think this was the better match of the whole feud that's happening compared to Hogan and Arn.
Of course.
So, like, I gave this a 6.1 out of 10.
Well, I gave it a 6.6.
Okay, a little bit higher.
This is the Macho Man Flair curve at work.
The woo curve.
Ooh, yeah, curve.
Wooings.
Wooings.
I gotta add that to the thing. But after this, some dude comes out wearing tassel on his arms, and you're like, "Who's this?" It's not the Warrior because
it's the Ultimate Warrior. No.
Yeah. We don't know his name until later on because everybody's like, "Who the fuck is that?" And then
you see his face though. And then
it's
like,
Brutus.
Oh, he's back.
I guess he's not the Zodiac anymore.
Yeah, he's suddenly not the Zodiac anymore for some reason.
Which makes me pissed off because if they do like I'm on your side, but not really.
My God. I didn't even think about that shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna be mad. But the name like makes me laugh. Basically because of what fucking Hogan says. But anyway, Hogan and Macho Man are fucking fueled up on cocaine and sadness and anger. That they start screaming into Uncle Eric's fucking headset. And Macho Man, well, Bobby Heenan just fucking runs away again, and he doesn't get tied up this time. He just fucking bolts out because he's like, not again.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. But Hogan gets in there and says his name is the Booty Man.
It's the Booty Man, brother.
It's the Booty Man, brother.
It's the Booty Man. And he's like, he's here to help. Booty, booty, booty man. He literally says that.
Dude, what? What? I don't know. I don't. Why? Like,
I don't know why they called him the Booty Man. I have no idea.
What is Brutus even like? What is he like? Like when he's in WWF, like when he was the fucking barber, like at least he had a gimmick and a little fucking show where the iconic the Rockers like split up during his little segment show. But after that, remember he gets hit by the fucking glider and he has that little face thing in that feud with Hogan, and then he goes to the Dungeon of Doom and he has a zebra face and he's the Zodiac. But we don't again, this might be like WCW Saturday Night stuff that we might get some backstory on why he's the Zodiac or why he's the Booty Man.
Oh my god, this shit gets dumb. I went to go read about it on the Wikipedia, just because I was like, I have to know, like, what the hell do they do with this? Why do they call him Booty Man? I wanted to know. I don't have an explanation for why, but the shit I'm reading about that they do with him later is like, God, so cringe. I don't even want to spoil it.
He's a man of many gimmicks. He has like so many different fucking names. It's like crazy.
Yeah, I saw that, like his ring name, and there's like 24 ring names or something.
That's sad. He's literally the definition of riding coattails with Hogan.
The bag carrier.
Yeah. But anyway, we don't know why he's called the Booty Man. We'll probably never know why he's called the Booty Man because he's the Booty Man.
We're gonna know later.
Okay.
It's not a good explanation, but we are gonna get one.
But that's how it ends. Is the Booty Man's here?
Booty, booty, booty. Oh yeah, the Flair and Arn and them got down there before that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And they were like doing it. That's when Bobby bailed. It was like when they got down there.
Yeah, because fucking Ric Flair just goes, he screams and shit.
Yeah, he starts screaming and everything, and then like when the baby faces came, they got the hell out of Dodge. But they set up. Hogan just declares there's going to be a 6-man tag on the next Nitro between them. All of these people we're talking about. And that's the show. Even though I know that he's going away soon, Loch Ness is such a waste of time on this program. Like, goddamn, they could have done anything else with that time.
And stop doing Arn versus Hogan.
No, Arn Anderson has 2 wins over Hulk Hogan.
Hogan has to get over, brother.
I like that. I like this weird story they have where I beat you twice. He didn't really beat him though. It's kind of funny for some reason.
Yeah, that I guess I'm more of the quality of it because I'm not saying Arn's bad. Like Arn was fine.
You don't like these finishes they're doing.
Yeah, it's just like it's garbage for me. But Hogan's gonna get his win eventually against Arn.
I think it would have been more funny if he fucked him over somehow and won again instead of like it was a DQ, but you couldn't tell what the fuck happened like that. Like if he cheated again somehow.
I kind of wish like Arn Anderson is like, I don't want to match with you, and he just doesn't.
You want to fight me? I don't need to fight you anymore. I already proved I'm better.
Yeah, like I would like that. Like it would have to come down to like who's the president right now? Soon it's gonna be Piper, which eventually that's gonna happen. But
I don't know. I think it's still no. Fuck. Nick Bockwinkel. They haven't brought him up on air for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, like you have to have him come out and be like, Arn, you have to face Hogan.
No. He's dressed like he came off the golf course again. Yeah. They can't keep doing this thing where there's chaos at the announce desk at the end of every Nitro. They've been doing that for a while now.
Yeah.
It's like this has been going on for a couple months.
I think they do that because like it's different than WWF essentially, and they're just like, look at this, like the commentators are getting harassed. We don't see that in WWF.
Oh, you will. Give it time.
Yeah, you will eventually. But just grab a mic, man. Like, or Mean Gene, take your fucking small ass down to that ring, and which eventually Mean Gene does come out because Hogan like screaming into the headset.
The
Mean,
production crew can't fucking get their levels right. Nobody can hear him, and then they don't have the mic on anyway when he comes out. It's just
yeah,
a cluster.
yep. But what'd you give this show?
Give it a 5.9.
I gave it a 5.6 out of 10.
I'm making it a 5.8. Oh, you know what the TV rating was for this?
I don't have it on here. What'd you have?
2.9.
Mm.
It's the same as last week.
Because they're doing the same people, essentially.
Well, they had an off night though. Remember, because there was no Raw the last week.
Oh yeah, that's
They had
right.
no competition, so they retained those people. It seems like.
Makes sense.
I'm going to tell you the Raw rating, and you're going to be like, "What the fuck?" And yeah, the week before that it was 2.8, and the week before that it was 2.7.
So essentially they're writing this storyline because they see big names essentially, and people are like, "Fuck, I want to go see that." Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Ric Flair.
Everybody can like it's like WWF can talk shit about how Hogan and Macho Man are old or they can't do moves or Macho Man's losing his hair. It doesn't matter. People know who those guys are, and they
It's
still like them.
it's kind of like how I talked about like Brock Lesnar coming back. It's like, to me that's boring because I know what he does every time he comes here, but he puts people's into seats, and
He
that's
gets eyeballs on product. He gets asses in seats.
yeah. WWF Raw, February 1996. We are in Cincinnati, Ohio.
At the Cincinnati Gardens. They were at the Louisville Gardens, then they're at the Cincinnati Gardens.
Too many gardens.
There's not enough gardens. There needs to be more.
More gardens. A video recapping what happened on last night's pay-per-view. The Undertaker screwed Diesel over in the main event. And Bret Hart retains. There's a video also hypes up the match between Razor and Goldust for the IC Championship. Vince McMahon mentions Ultimate Warrior to close out the video, and I'm like, what? What's going
Also,
on?
he says something about Larry Flang almost live. We'll get into that later. Yeah, the first match, they go into the first match right after that little recap and setting up the show. Razor Ramon versus Goldust champion with Marlena for the WWF Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of stuff in this one because of what happens.
No, and it gets cut off by like a commercial break too, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So like Marlena's messing around with Razor on the apron. Like it looks like she's trying to seduce him or something. And then she like blows smoke in his face with her cigar. So Razor fucking slaps that shit out of her mouth, which was hilarious. He just slapped the cigar out of her mouth.
And we saw another fucking wrestler spit out another wrestler in this match.
We did.
Yeah, Razor fucking spits in Goldust's face and nails him with a right hand. Dude, like Razor's like pissed. Essentially, you know why when he grabs the microphone, but like
he's prejudiced against gays.
Yeah,
that's what it is. He's prejudiced against this open relationship bisexual like couple. Mm-hmm. He attacks Goldust before he can finish getting his robe off, and he's like beeling him across the ring and slammed his face in the mat. It's like he's pretty violent. Mm-hmm. It's a little back and forth for a little while. Both guys pull off some kind of crazy moves in this one. Like Goldust does. We saw this happened during a commercial break, but Goldust hit like a hip attack to Razor when he was like hanging on the ropes on the apron. Mm-hmm. But the way Goldust hit it was like he jumped over the top rope and hit him. Like he almost could have like fucked himself up with that if he wasn't careful.
Yeah.
I think Razor hit in SOS Slam. But except he threw Gold Dust over the top rope out onto the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that couldn't have been a good landing.
No.
Uh, there's not much I'll say, I think, though. I didn't write a whole lot, but it wasn't even really that long.
Yeah.
Razor, what?
All I wrote was Razor hates gays. And he likes to beat women. and and
He's the bad guy.
he is the bad guy. And Goldust just says fuck this, and I'm out.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But Razor hit Goldust with the second rope back suplex, and yeah, Goldust just rolls out of the ring and says "fuck this," and just gets counted out. 5.9.
I get a 5.8. Razor grabs the microphone. He says, "I don't want the belt. I just want his ass." And I said, "Man, why?"
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that, brother. Like the way this feud's been framed, I don't know if that was the right verbiage to use.
And then Razor talks about Roddy Piper, and Razor doesn't want his kids to watch this stuff, so he's like, "I don't want my kids to see this gay stuff." Essentially, what he's saying.
Yeah, he's like, "You got 6 kids, Chico. I got kids too, man. I don't want them to see this."
And then he hits him with that line, "Anywhere, anytime."
Also, he said, "Goldust, you think I'm hot? You think I'm sexy? You right."
Dude, what the fuck, dude? Like, as a person who was like mad that he got a letter getting hit on by Goldust, and then talking about how he doesn't want his kids seeing this gay stuff, to saying he doesn't want the title, he wants his ass, and then he talks about how sexy he is. Like, what the like? This had to be like Scott Hall messing around. Come on.
This is reverse psychology
Yeah.
from the bad guy. He's fucking with him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Backstage,
Oh,
The Undertaker with his coffin because he's an Undertaker.
So they transport him around in this fucking coffin. Is that what we're supposed to believe?
I guess. I don't know. Obviously we know where this is going because what happens at the end. But like, I don't know, dude. Like, this is what I love about wrestling, where you could literally have like this like wizard Undertaker dude just carrying around his urn. Well, Paul Bearer carrying around the urn of power, and then this casket everywhere. It's just like it's like reading a comic book.
It is.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Undertaker versus Casino to Taka tonight.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's a match, I guess.
Mhm.
Doc Hendricks also does a recap of the pay-per-view. He's interrupted though when Vader comes out, and he starts freaking out, and he stops the recap. He's like, he's here, he's coming, Vince, and he gets off the mic.
Very smart of him, because I'm pretty sure Vader would have killed him.
They've set Vader up to be like this maniac who just can't be controlled. So I think it's working right now. But he comes out of the ring, and like Aldo Montoya and Barry Horowitz are in there. I guess there was supposed to be like some tag match, so Vader cancels it. He fucking killed both of them. But I think he legitimately fucked up Aldo when he chokeslammed him, because did you notice he sold like really weird?
Yeah, it kind of looked like he got whiplash and probably rocked his brain to CTE.
I think he landed more on the back of his head on that chokeslam. He was just like, and he was like, it's like he was holding his nose or something, and he like couldn't move. And like the referee was like trying to check on him and shit. And he like kicked him away from him. So it's like I think he was like messed up, like he didn't know like where he was at or something for a minute.
Or, you know, like when people like get hurt by accident, like their response is usually like anger.
Yeah.
Because I have a story. I used to work at a grocery store, and I didn't see my friend on the other side. You know, like those doors that open like a fucking saloon, essentially.
Swing door.
Yeah, swing door. So I opened it. I kind of kicked it. Yeah, it was by accident. I didn't see him, and I smacked him in the face. And I said sorry. Like, I was like super like upset. I was like, I'm really sorry, but he like fucking pushed me and shit. And I was like, you want to fucking go, bro? like, I get it. Like, it hurts, but I hate when people get super angry, even though you're like saying sorry or it's an accident.
Yeah, it's just like it's unexpected. It freaks you out, and then you get mad. It
I can
happens.
I can understand if I had like all day I was like, I'm gonna fuck him up with the door, just wait for it, dude, and then I did it. Like, yeah, then I'd be like, deserve it, but like, I hate when people that just shows me that you don't your anger management is poor.
For some people, it is.
Like Shawn Michaels when he faces Vader.
Ooh.
Yeah.
uh, they play a hype package for Ultimate Warrior, who's been gone from the WWF since like 1992.
Is this building up to Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus the Ultimate Warrior, the shitty match?
I think they have a match at WrestleMania. I'm
I
gonna
think
double
you're.
check. Yes.
Well, I kind of showed my hand on that match because I've seen it before, but
I've seen it before too. I remember it, and I was like, "Wow, he killed him." I
mm-hmm.
was like, you don't usually see a match that short at WrestleMania. At least I wasn't used to that then.
He just wanted a paycheck. You could tell.
I want to be paid, Vince.
Mm-hmm.
I get that Vince was starting to feel the pinch from like WCW, and he's probably like, "God damn it, I need some star power. I need a shot in the arm." But I don't get why he went back with him because everybody can say now it's like, "Oh, Vince will do what's good for business. He'll forgive and forget." This motherfucker held him up for money twice.
Mm-hmm.
And was like being really uncooperative and shit. He's being like really unprofessional.
What I noticed with Vince is, if you're just a good soldier or if you're like one of his like money makers, you could literally do anything and you get paid and stuff. But the people that he doesn't like, it takes a long time for him to pay because I think he didn't like Jeff Jarrett at times where he didn't pay him what he deserved. Now, Jeff Jarrett might be overpricing himself at times, but if Vince liked him, even though he did bring him back a couple more times until he went to WCW and be slap nuts, but you could tell like when the people he doesn't like, he just lets them go essentially.
Yep. For somebody to do that to him multiple times, then he's like, all right, I guess I'll get him back. I guess he is feeling kind of desperate. So it's like, okay, especially because I don't know how much you know about this run that he goes on, this short run here, but it's like it's pretty disastrous.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really yield anything good.
Essentially, you're booking a new generation because remember, like every Raw, we were like, it's a new generation of wrestlers.
New generation, pal.
And then you like, all right, now I got to get Ultimate Warrior. And you're going backwards. You're going back to the 80s and stuff. And it's like, nobody likes that anymore. Nobody likes Hogan, even though he's in WCW right now, being the yellow and red. I mean, it's still getting seats. It's still getting views. But people are starting to be like, we're done with this. It's too cheesy.
I'm really curious about like the reaction he's going to get because I haven't seen that footage since I saw it when it was like, going on back then. And I don't remember it. I remember I was like, who's that guy? And my dad was like, that's Ultimate Warrior. You remember him? And it's like, vaguely. I have some vague memory of him, but I don't remember him that well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see the reaction though. Because it's like, some of this shit's been like revisionist history. Sometimes some of these things we talk about, like, oh, Diesel wasn't over, that shit. I've never really heard anybody argue, oh, he wasn't over anymore or something, but like, we'll see if he really was over or not anymore. Some of it, I think, is like, this is an outdated gimmick persona for like the time right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, I say that, and then they have fucking trash men and like plumbers and clowns.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait until Hulk Hogan gets fucking haunted by Ultimate Warrior in WCW. That's my
And then
favorite.
everybody sees him,
Yeah.
but Eric Bischoff can't see him. I don't see anything. Literally, everybody else sees it. Does this mean Uncle Eric is the crazy one?
Hey, maybe they did some meta shit there that we didn't, know.
Are we all crazy? Is that it?
That would be cool too.
Well, Sonny's saying happy birthday to the president. I guess it was Bill Clinton's birthday. I don't know.
I don't know. We get Ringmaster versus Marty Jannetty. I want to make some notes that Steve Austin shaves his head.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking more serious. He's not he's not smiling cocky. And then you have Vince saying he's stone cold.
He's grown the goatee in too.
Yep. And if you're a fan of Pokemon, he's evolving.
He's evolving before our eyes.
Yep. But I don't have a lot of notes because I was actually interested to see how this match would go.
Mm-hmm. I didn't write a lot either because I was like, the only thing I wrote was it's been a minute since we've seen Ringmaster.
Yes.
I think the last time we saw him was the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
They have a decent little match. The Ringmaster, he won with the $1 Million Dream.
He did a stun gun, which made me pop.
Yeah, because we were talking about it. I was like, I guess he dropped it. Mm-hmm. No, he did it. So I guess he still does throw it out there once in a while.
And I didn't know Steve Austin did the STF.
Yeah. I always remember him doing the STF. But he quits doing it after a certain point.
I must have blocked that in my brain or something. Maybe because I saw Cena do it too much. I just block it out of my memory.
It's really funny because you blocked the good one out of your memory.
Yeah, it's funny because when the STF is in, the only one I actually kind of like is Redacted's Crossface, which is kind of like an STF, right?
It's like half of an STF, kind of. Like Regal does STF sometimes. His Regal stretch is kind of like an STF.
Yeah, and then
Austin had a solid one though, I thought.
And the Rings of Saturn is kind of like a backwards one.
Except he stretches your arms, I guess.
Yeah, but I always laugh with the STF because you have to wrap your leg with the other guy's leg, and then you have to bend his leg, and then you pull his face. And I'm just like, there's probably a way you could get out of that, but that's where the leg wrap comes in, I guess. But
you're kind of trapped. It's like a good move for trying to keep a guy down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Some people might not like it. It's like, well, the guy can't crawl. And it's like, well, I've seen guys crawl with the dude on top of him in this hold. It is possible.
Yeah, I've seen it many times, especially when Cena puts it in.
Well, he sucks at doing it.
Yep.
You know what's funny is I heard a story. This is all on topic because you brought up Cena and his STF. Austin told him one time, you need to tighten that shit up. And he literally told him, you got to cinch it in, and he never listened to him because he kept doing it that way.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan does it good.
I've seen him do it too. He's got a good one, but he, Regal trained him.
Yep. But yeah, that stun gun, man, that was fucking sick on how Jannetty fucking sold that. It looked like he broke him in half.
Yeah, he did a flip out of it.
Mm-hmm.
He was choking. What did you score it?
I gave this a good 6.7 out of 10 because I like that they're building the story with Steve Austin. Essentially, that's where he's leading to when we get to the King of the Ring, essentially. And then later on, we're going to get into that big Brett versus Stone Cold match, which I'm excited to watch again. And Marty Jannetty, remember I gave him a bad rap? I was always Marty Jannetty. He's one half of the Rockers that is irrelevant. But he's still a good worker.
He's a good wrestler. He's just not a great interview, and he's just really inconsistent because of his personal issues. I gave it a 5.9.
I was a little higher. Okay.
You're more hyped about seeing Evolution.
Yeah. The first Evolution. There was a promo by Mankind, a vignette. He's in a dark area. Wonders why God made him so deformed, and he's got so many parts of everyone else has. Mankind also has a rat with him and says that says that his ugliest lives inside of everyone else. So his deformedness is like inside of everybody, which I thought was a good promo.
It is a good pro. This is an iconic vignette to me. I remember this. This is like when Mankind started getting under my skin,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't come into full effect until I actually saw him.
Yeah.
But this is a good promo. Even though like Mick talks about like I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm doing this, but I just do what Vince tells me.
Mm-hmm.
That rat that he had, that was Jim Cornette's rat.
Really?
Yeah, he had a pet rat named George, and he said, "Yeah, that was my rat."
That's fucking hilarious. And it makes so much fucking sense that Jim Cornette would have a rat as a pet.
It does, weirdly does.
Yeah. A video was promoting next week, which is making me excited, by the way. Hopefully it delivers, because Yokozuna will be in a handicap match versus British Bulldog and Owen Hart. Jake Roberts and Diesel will be in a singles action, which is interesting. I don't know how those two will go, because they're totally different people.
I thought it was Jake Roberts and Isaac Yankem.
You sure?
That's what I heard.
That's
what I got. That's what I got wrote down.
Why did I write Diesel? Hold on a second. Maybe I'm mixing big guys.
You're thinking about fake Diesel.
Probably. I probably like my brain with the fucking chiseled jawed fucking Diesel, which is Kane. And then we'll have a face-to-face confrontation between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
Begins. The feud begins.
Yes. The very famous feud, which will end in a screw job. Main event time. Undertaker versus Casino Tatanka.
Yep. And they both got Paul Bearer and Ted DiBiase with them.
Yep.
Not much to say about this one. Mostly because of what they do. It's like they're having a match, but they're really doing an angle, like at the same time. So Undertaker has control for the most part in this match, but then like Diesel comes out and he's carrying an axe. And what is he doing? And then like he grabs a cameraman and drags him backstage with him.
Do you want to hear my notes? It's kind of funny because I just sat back and watched because I was like interested to see what Taker and Casino Tatanka would do. So I wrote down Undertaker is trying to colonize Native American souls. While doing that, a crazy truck driver comes out with an axe just to grab a cameraman to bring to the back to destroy a casket. And I wrote down, there has to be other cameramans back there. Like, what? I get it why he did it, because like, whoa, he's coming out with an axe. He's gonna kill Undertaker. What's happening here? And then he's like, no, I'm taking the cameraman to the back. And I find it funny because they are showing that Diesel, same guy. Diesel is destroying the casket, and Undertaker doesn't know until after the match. Because usually, when that shit happens, they do the face thing where they like totally don't care about the match anymore and like run to the back.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen, and I was actually a little happy about that because
because I think he was just busy doing his match, and he maybe just didn't even see it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then they didn't do anything like look at the Titantron or anything. It was just the TV audience, saw what happened, but the people in the building probably didn't see a damn thing.
Mm.
So it just played out that way.
Yeah.
Like in the split screen, they show us the split screen for pretty much the rest of the match where Diesel is just dismantling Undertaker's casket backstage. Jerry Lawler was actually like getting kind of serious. He was like, that's his home, McMahon. He's destroying his home.
I laugh.
He's making Undertaker homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Undertaker chokeslams Tatanka and then like tombstones him and he beats him for 3.
Yeah. Would you say that's a squash?
He got some offense. I mean, I rated it, but like, you know.
I wrote squash. I didn't rate it.
That's fine. I gave it a 5.8.
Okay. And then after the match, Diesel destroying the casket, shown on big screen, and then Taker leaves the ring, making his way towards Diesel.
Yeah, and then King says, I want to go back there and see what's going on. And then Vince pitches us to Larry Fling.
Yeah, I'll let you talk about this because I hate these segments.
Me too. I like talking about them because they piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
They're parroting Larry King live, and he calls it BNN because it's the Billionaire News Network because Turner Broadcasting owns CNN.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of jokes about Nacho Man's thinning hair and Huckster needs the night off, brother, because he was hit with a high heel shoe, which I'll give him credit for that one. That's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like they've been doing that finish a lot lately. Where it's, oh, you hit him with a high heel shoe. It's like, okay, guys, not every night.
I also think that was said because Vince is like, he went down because of a woman's shoe.
That's a fair point, really. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of ridiculous when you lay it out that way. How can you take all these big wrestling moves from like a big wrestler, but like a woman's shoe beats him?
I mean, I'll give WCW some credit. It was a heel that went into his eye. That would hurt. But
the way they specifically did it, yeah.
But knowing Vince, he's like he almost died because of a woman's shoe. What a homo is, I think he would say or something like that.
You know what though, for real, like I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's like I can't recall a time where Vince does that finish.
No, I don't think so.
I remember seeing that kind of finish before, but like I've never seen it in WWF really.
I think the only thing closest to that is when Al Snow hit someone with the head.
That's a mannequin head, though. It's like a big plastic head or something.
True.
Then they get into like this thing where like Larry Fling is bringing up a bunch of stuff about Ted Turner's Billionaire Ted's businesses practices and how Huckster's salary isn't paid by his wrestling company. It's paid by more profitable things than Turner Broadcasting and a bunch of other stuff. And it's like Billionaire Ted is like, he's getting like uncomfortable and he can't talk. And he's like, oh, he's got laryngitis.
Is Turner Broadcast have CNN as well, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
They own it, yeah. I also like the little chyron for Ted Turner, Billionaire Ted. It said corporate predator underneath.
Yeah.
And that shit's funny because Vince McMahon just bought all his competition. And it was doing predatory practices himself. The interview ends because suddenly he can't talk about any of this stuff and it's over. Ugh, God. Can't wait till they quit doing that.
Yeah. I think he quits doing that when the ratings start to creep up on him.
Oh, they're creeping.
Oh, they're creeping hard.
They're creeping hard. You're about to find out.
Mm-hmm. And then backstage, it goes back to The Undertaker and Paul Bearer reacting to the destroyed casket, and then show ends. He
was so upset. Paul Bearer was so upset. He was like wailing.
Yep.
He's like, Diesel will pay for that. The Undertaker was just standing there. I think he was just sad that his home was destroyed.
We don't get Undertaker and Diesel at WrestleMania, right?
We do.
Oh, we do? Okay.
That's like Diesel's last high-profile match in the company, I think.
Okay. let's see here. Let's go back. The Razor match I liked.
It was okay.
Uh, and then the difference between Raw and Nitro is there was a lot of segments in Raw compared to Nitro. The only segments that happened was like the craziness at the end with the commentators and stuff.
They don't have any stories. They got two storylines going.
Yeah.
Is Lex Luger and Sting are teaming, and then it's the Hogan shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But overall, I thought this was like an okay. I wasn't mad or anything. I thought it showed the storylines. I mean, we have Razor Ramon who hates Goldust because he's gay.
That's the feud.
Yeah. And then you have Undertaker and Diesel because they hate each other, and now Diesel killed his home.
Yeah, Diesel made Undertaker homeless. He got mad because he made Diesel scared.
Yeah.
Because he said, "I'm not scared of anything. I'm not afraid of the dark," and he made him afraid.
I wish he got like a semi truck and ran over the casket. That would have been funny.
I kind of wish he set it on fire.
That too.
I think it'd have been cool if he like chopped it up with an axe and then set it on fire, and then went and then left.
I like the evolution of Ringmaster into Stone Cold. We're slowly getting that.
So do I.
And the Mankind promo is cool.
It was good, yeah.
We're soon gonna get that infamous Hell in a Cell match.
2 years.
Yep.
You got anything else to say about it?
No, but my final thing is I gave this a 6.1 out of 10.
Okay. I thought this show was kind of meh after having such a solid pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
The Mankind vignette helped save this show, I think, along with Austin's match and Razor and Goldust being good until it just ended. I hate the Billionaire Ted shit so much. They gave it like 3 minutes, and they could have like spent that time on anything else.
Yeah, they could have done more promos. I just blank it out of my memory now. Like I watch it just because we have to cover it and like discuss it. But like if I was watching this on my own, I'd be fast forwarding it every time.
Yeah, if I was just watching this to watch it, I would fast forward that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I have to talk about it. So, I'm seeing a long running pattern here right now that's emerging where it's just mediocre TV shows between like both shows. They're not outright bad. They're not good either. And it's like run pretty much almost the whole course of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there was that one Raw that was bad, that where they had that Raw Bowl. That sucked.
Oh, that was terrible.
But we're like 2 months in, and it's like both their TVs are just kind of for the most part.
I still think they're just trying to feel out how they could go from here, which essentially they're going to go to the races as far as like ratings wise and stuff. And that's going to happen in like the next couple of years, which eventually the Outsiders will happen and the Third Man will happen. And then NWO is going to have like fucking 50 factions of like different continents and gang members and stuff.
Yeah. It sucks because like WWF's pay-per-views are pretty good. It's just their TV is kind of bland right now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they can pull it together in the ramp up for WrestleMania. Or I'm going to start giving out strikes to both shows.
We'll just cover ECW.
Hey, we haven't said much bad about their shows, like really, comparatively speaking.
No, it's entertaining. I always get pissed off when Sandman comes out because all he does is smoke and jerk off his fucking kendo stick. Yeah.
I gave us a 5.6, though.
Okay. I was a little more generous this time.
You like that Stone Cold match?
Yeah, anything with Stone Cold is just... I always like... I don't know. I guess I get hard.
Mark out.
Yeah. I'm choosing Razor Ramon where it's hard.
Razor Ramon hard gay.
Yep. Uh,
Um, the rating for this TV show was 1.47.
I wonder because remember, Undertaker is still kind of like newish, right? He came in '92. He's no,
90.
yeah, he's veteran status at this moment.
He's been
No,
there for a little while now.
yeah. Um,
But I don't know
Gold.
what happened, like why their rating is so low. It seems like bizarrely low right now.
I kind of wonder because remember, like the golden age of WWF, you had the Ultimate Warrior, you had Hulk Hogan, you had Macho Man, and all that stuff, and
Mhm.
then you see all your heroes go to a different company. So I kind of wonder if they're just like people are like, "Fuck, man, I like Hogan, I like Macho Man. Why are they over there?" And now I gotta watch small guys like, and I'm not shitting on small like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. I'm just thinking of like the mindset of people where you're just like, you have these big cartoon muscly characters and now we're small guys, like what's happening over there in WCW? They're doing the big guys. So
It's,
I wonder if
yeah,
people are just like lagging behind. They don't know what they're seeing yet, essentially.
I don't know. Like some people talk about that all the time, but the size of the wrestlers causes people to like not get into it as much anymore. To some extent, I think that's true. Uh, in this case, I think it had maybe a slight effect, but the thing is, the guys that are the smaller wrestlers right now still look like athletes, and some of them still aren't really that small. Like
Mm,
Bret Hart's like 6'1" or something.
yeah.
You know, it's that's an average size guy, not small. But then you still got big guys like Undertaker's a big guy. Diesel's there, he's a big guy. Razor Ramon's a big guy, and then you got bigger guys like Yokozuna and Vader. Um, I I'm wondering if like these times where there's just not a Raw is like hurting their programming too, because the last rating they got was 2.7. Now it's 1.4. 1.5. That's like just kind of that's a huge drop.
Did I don't know if this you know, do you remember old TV? Like there was a channel that you would type in. It was like a digital
TV
TV
guide.
guide. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that it was there in '96, right?
I think so. I think that's when they. I mean, at least for me in my area, that's when I remember it started showing up. It's
Yeah,
like,
because
oh, there's this.
that's how I found like wrestling shows. I would like go into the digital TV guide and be like, "Oh shit, wrestling."
Yeah, like I just knew where it was anyway. It became habit at this point for me already.
Mm.
But like I would still watch that TV guide like a hawk, and I think it helped a lot of other people. Like they're like, oh, this comes on in, I want to check that out. But I don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye on this, see if it keeps staying this bad because it's kind of crazy.
Mm. So, are we doing the ECW February 20th, and then we're doing Nitro Raw February 26th, and ECW February 27th? Because I think we could do all three, right?
Yeah, because it's just TV shows. I'm gonna double check that to make sure you're right, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm pretty sure it's just like a TV blitz, though. Let's see. Yep, it's ECW TV, Nitro Raw, ECW TV, and then we're done with February. And then we got to do
War Journal.
our War Journal end of the month deal.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, we are at the end here. If you want to catch more of Getting Some Color, we are always live every bi-weekly. It's different days because life sometimes gets in the way. Um, but yeah, you can follow us on Big Trouble Media's YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Uh, we are back with Big Trouble and Little Podcast. I put up the first episode back for season 4 on audio, but you could watch the first 3 episodes live on YouTube on our Big Trouble Media as well. But until next time, everybody, remember to get some color. Peace out.
Don't be a corporate predator.
Happen. And whether Bill Goldberg, let me tell you something about Bill Goldberg. Everybody talks about Bill Goldberg. Well, there's one guy that can beat Bill Goldberg, and it's me.
He prefers to